Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I want to talk about the state of matchmaking in the competitive playlist on Overwatch. Lately, I've been having a lot of, for lack of a better word, kind of crappy experiences in the competitive ladder. It seems like no one really takes the game seriously anymore, and the Diamond Platinum area seems to be filled with a lot of Smurfs, trolls, throwers, leavers, AFKers, etc., etc. On top of that, it doesn't help that the SR values going up and down per loss, per how you played, being able to be exploited by playing off-meta heroes, in theory, doesn't really make the game feel like a fluid or intuitive competitive system. I definitely hope that there are some changes coming, or changes in the works, to make the competitive experience a little bit more enjoyable, and we've definitely seen Blizzard starting to step up their game when it comes to discipline with a lot of these actions, or at least looking at people being toxic or throwing games specifically. Now, what am I proposing exactly? My kind of knee-jerk reaction to the competitive system, something I really begrudge, is the SR values gain and loss. Now, I definitely had a big issue before with SR win streaks and loss streaks, as it felt like a system that didn't really make sense. Your performance in a single game should be just that. It should be that performance in that game. And with all the moving variables in Overwatch, it's very hard to judge how impactful a player was in a single game regardless. So I'm not particularly a fan that the competitive mode tries to take your stats and assign how well you did to it, affecting your SR gain or loss. My initial thought would be to standardize the gain or loss of SR. And what that means is essentially if you win a match, say you gain 20 points of SR. If you lose a match, you also lose 20 points of SR. What this would do is it would take away the desire or need to play potentially off-meta heroes in order to gain the system, and or just people stat padding or looking only at stats in regards to their SR gain or loss. It would also regulate the fact that you would have to have a positive win streak to see positive results. I think that it would not be an end-all be-all system. I definitely don't think that it would entirely fix what some of the issues of the competitive ladder are. For example, one-tricking, smurfing, and people just in general having shitty attitudes will never quite change, but I definitely feel like lately it's harder and harder to take the competitive ladder more seriously, and I'm running into more and more games that are leaving me with something to be desired or an undesirable taste in my mouth. Now, overall, I think that the system on pen and paper looks good. You have SR, you have wins and losses, and the better you play, the more you win, the more you go up, but I'd like to see that a bit more standardized, and I'd like to see the values come down a little bit. I definitely know that I've had a few sessions where I've sat down to play Overwatch, and my SR swing is fairly ridiculous in my opinion. I could go up or down 200 to 400 to even 500 points in a single sitting, and I'd like to see it be more of a grind to watch players improve or really fall. It definitely doesn't feel like my skill range and my ability to perform has gone down in a single 2 to 3 to 4 hour period, so I'm not sure that my SR should reflect that as well. So far this season, I got to a season high of 34-43, and I've been unable to climb and get back into Masters, and I've actually fallen almost all the way back down to Diamond, and it's just been a very unenjoyable season for me thus far. Now, I'm going to keep grinding it, I'm going to keep seeing how I do as games progress, but it's feeling a little frustrating and a little bit hard to get past some of the games that shouldn't even really exist, or some of the scenarios that really shouldn't exist, and the ridiculous swing of SR just by sitting down and playing the game for just like a few sessions this week. So overall, my thoughts are I'd love to see SR gain and loss be a little bit more standardized. I think it's a little bit hard for the competitive system to rank how efficient and how effective a teammate was anyways, so having that in I think it's a little bit ineffective to have the competitive system rank how effective a teammate was anyways, so having that affect your SR gain or loss is not particularly my favorite point of the competitive system. And overall, I'm hoping we just get better experiences and better games, better fun, better times for the competitive ladder going forward, and we can make it a bit more serious. The SR swings, I think, are definitely a huge problem in terms of making the ranks feel true to the skill level of players that are actually performing in them. So that's my thoughts on the current competitive ladder. I'm hoping that we see some changes. If you like this video, please leave a like. Let me know what you think on the competitive ladder yourself, and please subscribe. I'm going to be posting videos daily. We have Neebs joining our team. He's going to start posting videos here as well, and we have lots of content, topic videos, discussions on the meta heroes, tips, tricks, guides as well, and I'll see you for the next video.